Hello, friends. How are you? Great day. It's your main man, Samuel Amatiama, and I'm here once again with Key 77 Moments. And I'm here with my wife,
Hi.
Rebecca. And we're going to continue with our discussion with the book 77 Questions Before You Say Yes. The book is alive and well on Amazon. It's also on any other platform, Google Books, Apple Books, iBooks. Is on so many other channels like even Barnes and Noble. Just Google it. You Google it, it's in every country. It's in over 40,000 on 40,000 selling platforms and in over 200 countries. Just Google it and you can find a copy anywhere you are. Do me a big favor, please, you guys. Come on, help me out, man. Share the video because when I look at my analytics, the shares are just about 3 or 4 per video. Look, just share it. It might help somebody. It might not help you, but it might help the next person. So just before you even just continue, just share this video. Share it. Just click on it, share it. That's all you got to do. Share it on your Facebook or on your WhatsApp. Just share it, okay? I appreciate you so much. So we are back to our next question. We had an interesting one. We talked about question number 3, which talked about what are your primary sources of income. It's kind of really unique. My wife and I were discussing off camera about sometimes we got to talk about people who don't even have a job, which was kind of passionate for her because she's like the job market is kind of eerie now, but also people just don't have access to finding a job. So what do you do in a case like that?
Well, there are quite different spectrums to this particular thing about job because there are people who are just not willing to find jobs. One, so you need to know the kind of person you partner with. Is is that person goal oriented or goal driven? Uh, they know their goals and they're going after it. So what will get them to achieve their goals is they find a job to meet those goals. So that's
So
one.
that's a good question. The fact that there are some people who are not even interested in finding a job.
Yeah.
The question becomes: do you even get involved with them if you realize that they don't even want to find a job?
Then you have to back out because unless you are as equally comfortable with them in their state. But I mean, if you go oriented and the person you are married to is not goal oriented, and you can foresee that they are not making any strides in attaining their goals, then you have to advise yourself
Okay, so you
and be
married a
wise.
person. Before you married a person, okay, and the person doesn't want to find a job. What do you do?
Oh, in that case, you have already taken a step. So you have to be encouraging. You have to be supportive. You have to find ways and means to get the person to see the benefits of having a job. If you took the step already, you're already in it. It has to be encouragement. It has to be support. It has to, and you have to keep going at it and finding ways and means. If they're not listening to you, find someone they respect that they'll listen to. Someone's advice they will respect. Maybe they see you as nagging right now because you brought the subject up several times. But somebody in the community, somebody in their, inner circle that they respect, they'll listen to. Or if you did start off with counselors, this is where you go back and revert to your counselor. Yeah, we're having a difficulty in this particular area and we really need a little bit of help. Sometimes a third person, neutral third person helps in situations like that.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I mean, I've had a situation whereby I have a friend who was a pilot
Mm-hmm.
and he lost his job
Mm-hmm.
because of a downturn. And because of the fact that he trained to become a pilot, he hasn't been able to find a job ever since because most of them are hiring pilots from Ethiopia and
Mm-hmm.
other countries around because according to them, they are better pilots.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy has been, I mean, there without a job for a while because he doesn't want to go and do something that will also throw him off his vision and his goal and his dream. What do you advise?
Um, you have to be creative. Yes, life throws a lot of curveballs at us. But if you're a family man, you've got a wife and you've got a child, children. Come on, you cannot sit at a year and two after not having a job and say that is my dream, that's been my passion, that's why I was training. So that's about it. This is where you put your own feelings and emotions aside and look at the bigger picture, which is your family. That wife needs money to be able to take care of the household. Those children need clothes to go to school. And children grow at a very fast pace. So you're not putting your dream of being a pilot aside, but you are evolving. So what can I do that after I have been involved, I have taken that path, makes even my resume better. Um, what are the areas I can go into? Finding another job aside what you used to do doesn't change anything about you. It makes you marketable. It makes you, because then the employer looking at you will say, oh, he did face or she did face a major setback in his life. He lost his job, but he felt and found other ways to solve the problem. That's what they'll be looking at. It's a plus for you to not sit and say, okay, I used to do this, but I'm now no longer doing it. But in the midst of your crisis, you found a way to survive. You found a way to learn something new, to gain some new experience, some new expertise. When you get back into that market, into that field you used to be, you will get a promotable job. It won't be the same because you did develop yourself in a different way. And that's what employers look for. They don't want stagnant people. They want to know you're growing.
That's interesting. I think you should be a career counselor one day. But
Probably I'll pursue that. You never know.
Yeah, you're taking my job when I say career counselor. But I mean, even back to the main question to discuss today about. So then it brings us to things like question number 4. What financial obligations do you have? Because I have a feeling that the financial obligations also drive the passion to find a job.
Exactly.
So let's say you have a bigger financial obligation based on your mortgage you have, the school fees, because sometimes people want to send their kids to private schools instead of going to public schools. I have a friend who is like that. His kids are in private school, so he is always hustling. He'll be like, look, hey Sam, my kids are in private school. I have to pay their fees. So that also propels him to, go further and do things. So what do you think from that angle? What financial obligations do you have? Why is it important to know that?
It's very, very important that you guys think it through. Of course, you have to be able to decide what your needs are versus your wants. Human beings, we got all the things we like. I want to have this, I want to have that. But you have to have a frank conversation. What is a need right now? Having a roof over your head is a need. Having food on the table is a need. Having an extra pair of shoes or the latest bag, it's just a want. So you as a couple need to talk through what the needs are. Having electricity and water flowing, it's also a need. So those are the things you have to prioritize. Make a list, discuss it together. What are our needs? And then when you're done with the needs, look at the wants. What can we afford to have based on what we are left with?
That's a good thing we got to discuss later on down the line, needs and wants. Because you see, that's the big topic about the fact that possibly in your definition of need might not be my definition of need.
Yeah.
There are some, at the same time too, there are some two, so it's like drawing two circles where in the middle they meet.
Yeah.
So sometimes your end of a need might not be my need. But there's something in the middle that has to be the general need that both people have to agree on. And sometimes we have to bring in a third party who will help people understand which one is a need or not. Like that's what we use counselors. So that's a topic, that's a good one we're going to come up with and discuss in the next few days. But I mean, this question is so important about the fact that, if we know in advance financial obligations, because I know people who actually have like huge student loans before even getting into a relationship.
Yeah.
And these things remember we had people who've tried to even buy major properties. They couldn't because of student loans were holding them back. So these are things to know in advance because it's going to help you. It's going to help you as a couple in the future to prevent, relationship battles, because finances is one of the top 2 leading causes of divorces in relationships. But I hope you guys really are following what we're trying to do. We just pouring the heart out.
Yeah.
We're helping ourselves, helping you. We are not here to try and be the perfect person trying to let you guys think you're not. No. We're helping each other out. These things we discuss about it, and then we go still and talk more about it. More topics come up and we still talk about it some more. So look, we're going to end it here now. We're trying to keep it to a 10-minute, time frame. That we're going to do a live session one of these days so we can go on and on and on without a time limit. We're going to have, hopefully tomorrow or Sunday, we're going to have a live session. People can join in live and ask questions, and we will go and try to answer most of them. But I'm going to try and also put in a link whereby you guys can go on the website and even put in your email. If you need any advice from us later on down the line, you can always reach out to us and we will help you with advice you might need and things like that. Okay, and we can even provide a few counselors who can also help people in relationship in this area. And look, you guys are amazing. You guys are the best. And look, share the video, like, comment. Have a great day. Bye.